Have you been feeling a little frustrated lately? Have you been sensing that there's some crunchy energy, some staticky energy in the air? We have an aspect getting ready to form that is going to be present in our lives, kind of on and off, all the way up through April and May of next year. And this is going to be really potent energy for all of us, but especially if you have placements in those late degree cardinal areas. So, like 26, 27, 28, 29 degrees, Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and Aries. Also, if you're an Aries rising, Scorpio rising, or Mars or Pluto play a big role in your chart somehow, then this energy is probably going to be really impactful for you. And understanding it ahead of time, I think, will make going through this transit and being able to use the energy to your advantage possibly a little bit better. So right now, we currently have Mars in Cancer, getting ready to make an exact opposition to Pluto in Capricorn. And this is while Pluto is making his final push through Capricorn, which in itself is kind of a big deal. So we definitely have a pressure cooker of energy happening here. And this is a transit that normally we'd experience for a couple weeks. But since Mars is going to be going retrograde, Pluto is retrograde, we're actually going to get 3 exact passes on this aspect. And like I said, it's going to kind of ebb and flow all the way up through April and May of next year. But first, let's look at Mars opposite Pluto on a collective level as far as potential health implications. In general, we're looking at the things that Mars and Pluto rule. So Mars rules things like your head, your eyes, your sinuses, your ears. So basically kind of like everything through here. So watch out for getting headaches, having sinus issues, colds, allergies, fluids in the body, swelling, arthritis, things like pneumonia and RSV, just because with Mars being in Cancer right now, Cancer rules things like fluids in the body. When the body is really swollen or you feel puffy. Mars and Pluto are both connected to the lower reproductive systems, and even some of those lower digestive areas like the colon. Mars also rules inflammation, so things like acne and rashes can kind of rear up a little bit. But underneath this kind of surface level stuff of disease, Pluto's involvement in this will ask us these kind of subterranean questions, kind of ask us to peel back the layers and see what else might be going on here. So a question to ask with some of these physical health things, if you're already noticing some of these happening, maybe ask yourself what underlying psychological issues could be causing these physical responses in your body. Let's talk about the personal side of this. Wherever the last few degrees of Cancer and Capricorn fall in your chart, those 2 houses that are opposite each other, these are going to be 2 areas of life that you could see frustrations building or some power struggles kind of forming. You might feel like somehow you're going up against the powers that be. Whatever is happening, there could be this feeling that you have to survive, and there's this urgency to do something, to fix something, to make something happen. Almost the sense that time is running out. And because of all this, churning energy and this pressure cooker stuff, there's the potential for volcanic eruptions, both literally and figuratively. Anytime Pluto is involved, there's always the potential for feeling like there's a crisis. And same thing with Mars. So there might be some kind of crisis that pops up. You might be feeling like you can't get what you want because there's this invisible force. There's this thing that's more powerful than you that's somehow in the way. It could feel like there's nothing you could do about it. But again, when Pluto is involved, this is an invitation to peel the layers back, see what else can be going on underneath the surface. An opposition, which is what's happening with Mars and Pluto, is often about needing to balance something, needing to bring 2 things into some kind of compromise. So with Pluto and Mars in this opposition, there could be a need to learn how to assert yourself in some kind of controlled way versus the extreme of either impulsively popping off or trying to dominate and control everything and everyone around you out of fear or, out of this need of having control. Feels safer that way. And on a collective level, this opposition could see things like riots, violent eruptions, fighting against the establishment, frustrations on a societal level reaching some kind of fever pitch. But if we peel those Plutonian layers back, we might see this as fighting for necessary reform. So like I mentioned, we're going to see this energy peaking 3 times, being exact 3 times between now and next April. It's going to be peaking this upcoming weekend between Saturday and Sunday. I think that's the 3rd and 4th, or 2nd and 3rd, I think. But it's going to be gathering momentum all this week during Halloween. Then it's going to peak again on January 3rd, and then the 3rd peak will be around April 26th. I know crunchy weather is not fun, but remember, with Pluto involved here, there's the potential here for us to really be able to peel back the layers and see what else could be going on. What needs to change? What needs to be reformed? What needs to be tore down and rebuilt again in our lives. How can you turn the frustration you're feeling into something productive? Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe to my channel. I'm just trying to breathe some life into this channel, so the more you guys interact with this, the more encouraged I'll be to make more videos like this.